Hi, everybody, and welcome to ZTV Live. Today's Thursday, June 4th. I'm Susan Mulligan Fleischman, and I'm looking forward to speaking to our guests tonight, Shariff, Elsheikh, and Casey Hogan, about Toast and Taste and their Meals of Hope program that they've been involved with. We'll be with them in a minute, but first I'd like to thank the sponsors for tonight's show. Our first sponsor is M&R Tree Service, which offers 24-hour emergency service, tree and stump removal, and crane-assisted removal. M&R also offers pruning and yearly maintenance services. Visit mrtreeservice.org for details. Mention the zebra for a special discount on certain jobs. And by Tizo Vietnamese Cuisine on Dow Avenue in Alexandria. Tizo is recommended regularly on the Alexandria Curbside Dining group page on Facebook. Give them a try and find out why. Monday and Tuesday specials include spring rolls and extra wings. So give them a call at 571-867-9139. And by Aldo's Kitchen on Eisenhower Avenue in Alexandria. Aldo's can feed a family of 4 for $60 with your choice of chicken parmesan, homemade meat lasagna, or linguine chicken alfredo. Visit aldositaliankitchen.com. Curbside pickup is available weekdays from 4 to 8 p.m. Please allow 3 hours for prep time. Thank you to all of our sponsors. If you'd like to sponsor ZTV Live or any of our Zebra outlets, please email us at editor@thezebra.org or send us a message on our Facebook page. In local news tonight, Alexandria Mayor Justin Wilson said the city could move into Phase 2 of reopening next Friday, as long as the coronavirus metrics continue to improve. While the rest of the Commonwealth moves to Phase 2 tomorrow, Northern Virginia and Richmond must wait at least 1 week. Phase 2 includes indoor seating capacity at 50% and 30% capacity at fitness studios, among other criteria. There's a chance Phase 2 could also include opening swimming pools and summer camps, but Mayor Wilson said playgrounds are still not included. The city will keep following the advice of the CDC, so stay tuned for updates. And a West Potomac senior, well, a high school graduate as of today, Christina Policchio has won the Earth Day Scholarship from the National Society of High School Scholars. A longtime organizer of Potomac River cleanups and other environmental efforts, Christina recently reached out to Mount Vernon District Supervisor Dan Stork with her ideas on how to reduce trash. Stork invited her to be a board member on the Mount Vernon Environmental Advisory Committee, where she's joined local leaders to tackle environmental problems. One person truly can make a difference. Congratulations, Christina, and congratulations on your graduation, too. And in fact, on behalf of all of us at the Zebra and ZTV, I'll extend those congratulations to all of the graduating seniors this week from West Potomac and Mount Vernon high schools. Class of 2020, you make us proud. It's a shame you lost your final quarter of high school, but you're definitely part of history now. And we can't wait to see the strides that you'll make. And now I'd like to introduce our guests tonight, Shariff, Elsheikh, and Casey Hogan. We learned of them through our own Lucelle O'Flaherty. She first brought the good work that the Meals of Hope program was doing. She brought that to our attention a few weeks ago, and we were intrigued to learn more about their community program. So Shariff and Casey, thank you both for joining us here on ZT Live tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Shariff, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us how the idea came about?
Well, I've been living in the area since 1999, and just loved Old Town Alexandria and loved Old Town, and have been involved with small businesses building their websites and their social media presence, from restaurants to associations. And during that time, I had a newsletter called Local Kicks, where we started actually with one of the first online news media letters, which was available. And what happened after that is, when the coronavirus just happened, we've decided to do something for the community. It was a tough time, and all our restaurants some were closed, like Southside. Some actually stayed open, like the Warehouse. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking, what can we do? And we decided maybe we do Meals of Hope. And the idea of Meals of Hope was basically, let's get restaurants to make 100% on the proceeds of meals while helping charities benefit from that. And during that phase, I was trying to find a sponsor or somebody can help us with some of these restaurants. And that's when we reached to Preferred Insurance, Casey and Colin and Dan, and we had a couple of conversations, and they actually said, this is awesome. And we started talking to restaurants, and they were very happy about doing that. So that's kind of how it started. And I still work with restaurants across DC and Virginia, Maryland, but this was kind of how we started the idea itself.
Such a great idea. And Casey, what was your impression when Shariff first approached you with the idea?
So we, as Preferred Insurance, as Shariff mentioned, there's more people behind the scenes besides me, Dan, TJ, Colin. We all, we have a lot of restaurants. So about 5 years ago, we had probably a handful of restaurants as clients, and in the past 5 years, we've gotten that up to about 300. So when COVID started, in March, we all felt, the impact. The impact was immediate. It's still being impacted on the restaurant community. So, our agency at the time, and we've since been doing, we were pushing a lot of clients' payments back, and we were, focusing on how to help the clients from an insurance perspective.
Right.
We were all just dying for something else to do. So about mid-April, Shariff approached us, and immediately we all just said, all right, we want to do something else. Besides just, doing billing or whatever, we wanted to do above and beyond. And we saw
be more proactive rather than reactive.
Exactly. And we saw a lot of other companies, donating meals to, picking up from restaurants and donating them to, local charities, hospitals. So, we were about to start doing that until Shariff approached us, and we said, hey, we would really like to involve the community. And that was something that resonated with all of us. Whereas, we're not just donating a certain amount of meals from one restaurant. We want to let everybody else include everybody else in the community, but give them the opportunity to make a meal donation. So, Shariff, I don't know if you want to talk about, jump in on how the website works and all that.
Well, I mean, it was a challenging thing because we were not a 501c. We're not a charitable organization. So we wanted all the money to go to the restaurants. So we, after talking to Preferred, we created a quick website, which was Toast and Taste, and what we basically started doing is putting all the restaurant profiles on there and the charities we're going to help. And charities were like our doctors and nurses, in Inova Hospital, George Washington, Georgetown. We had the police force and the shelters. We tried to help as many charities. And we asked the restaurants of which charities they want to help, and we kept on adding them too. And the whole idea was restaurants would put an example of their menu on our website. So people go to Toast and Taste, choose an active restaurant, and then they see their menu, click, go to their website, and order directly from the restaurant. And we wanted to do something like Alexandria Restaurant Week. So we decided on having a $12 meal, so become generic across different restaurants, and it gets kind of a brand, the $12 Meal of Hope. And basically people called the restaurant and they placed the orders. They accumulated those orders to be delivered during their downtime. And every week we deliver those meals. Sometimes we help them. I think Casey delivered some. And it was a fun experience because even with my daughter, it became a conversation. During the COVID, how people will wake up in the morning, oh my God, it's another day of the COVID. But then you see that we got 20 more meals. And I'm like, my day starting on a good note. I'm just, it was an infusion of happiness, an infusion of a good feeling, and a sense of community between. I would call Colin, I would call Casey, Dan would jump on the call, all the Preferred Insurance, like, how do we get more restaurants? Casey would say, would take me and we would meet at a restaurant in Georgetown. It created that sense of community. It wasn't about how many meals we get at one time. It was everybody becoming a participant in this program.
Right.
And to give you an example, we have a video of Lori's kitchen on King Street when we picked up the meals from her restaurant, and that was going to the Alexandria shelter to help them during with all their residents at that point.
Right. And can you show that video, David?
Hi, Lori. This is, we're taking now 25 meals today to the Alexandria shelter. Tell us what we have today.
Today we have white chicken lasagna, cheesecake, salad, and garlic bread.
And it looks delicious, and actually they really need it because they had some issues there, so we're really happy to provide the Alexandria shelter. And I want to thank also our sponsor, Preferred Insurance, for helping us get this program going, and thanks to the restaurants in Alexandria. Lori she's going on 150 meals in the last 2 weeks. Thank you so much, Lori.
Oh, you're more than
It's
welcome.
been an awesome
It's our
thing to do
pleasure.
for the community. Thank you.
We're happy to.
Great. Oh, sorry, Shariff, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but that was so much food she had out there for you guys.
Yeah, she did, and she does all her tag meals, which people pick up every night from the restaurant. We love her food, and she just prepared them very well, and they really loved it at the shelter too. It's just, as I said, it's a sense of community where it created a very nice conversation during tough times for all of us working together.
And it's such a good idea because it's not a lot of money for a consumer to output. There's, I think there was a coffee shop in Seattle where people would buy a cup of coffee and then they would bump a cup of coffee. And then somebody, came in and didn't have any money, that cup of coffee was already paid for. And then they were able to get that. And this is kind of a similar idea where people are, it's not a huge donation to make on a consumer's end, but yet you're just putting these good meals of good food out there. And once a lot of consumers are doing it, and you get when Lucille ran into you, Casey, were you loading 43 meals from Chadwick's into your car to deliver that day?
Yes, 43 meals. It was actually, our company, Preferred, donated about 30 of those. So Chadwick's had 13 donations after he'd only been on there for about half a week. So, and getting, the word out there on social media, I was surprised to pick up the phone and reconnect with a friend of mine who grew up here in Alexandria with me. And he lives in Nashville now. And he said, I was one of those people that donated to Chadwick's because I saw your post. And, it meant the world to me because, we grew up here in Old Town. We've been to all of these restaurants many times. And to now be, have these people not only as my clients, but my friends, and I consider them, a special place of Old Town. So, that resonates a lot to me, that to have somebody who wasn't, donating because he's going to pick up, a meal for his family, but he just wanted to make a difference. So
yeah, he thought it was a good idea. He said, "Hey, this is something I can do. I can help here." Now, and I would imagine that the restaurants, you approached some of the restaurants, and were they pretty receptive to the idea when you approached them?
Most were. Most have, they're are doing similar things, and that's fine. Whatever we can do to give back, but we just want to make it available to everybody, not just Shariff's clients, not just Preferred's clients. We want to make it, community-wide, all-inclusive thing.
I mean, sorry.
Go ahead. No, please go.
To see some, like I stopped by South Side to see John, and I stopped at North Side to see Greg and the owners, and it's fun to see these guys because they were closed, and South Side was closed, and we met, the first day they opened, and we said let's do it, and it just next week I got the picture of they're preparing the meals, they're getting ready, and Northside had 40 meals in the first week, and they delivered it. It just was a great experience to see all these owners wanting to be part of this. And I mean, the restaurants have been through a very, very tough time.
Yeah.
And that's why when we talk to Preferred, this is not a one-time endeavor. We hope that we can continue using this and taking different perspective of helping the community through restaurants. I mean, and expanding this network and taking different versions of it to help the community. So that's how we see it.
Yeah. No, I mean it's just really great, and I would imagine more and more restaurants as they hear about it would kind of want to get involved. It is such a close knit group in Old Town. All the restaurants, and they're all what I like about the feeling in Old Town, and certainly it's been so obvious since this pandemic has hit, is that even though they kind of technically, might be competing with each other, but really they know that they're, the rising tide, floats all boats, right? Or the saying is, I know something like that, but a rising tide raises all the boats. And so the restaurants know that if they're doing well, their neighbors will all be doing well also. So it's been a real lovely to see as a consumer. It's been lovely to see that camaraderie.
No, it is. It's kind of, and I talked to, Hussein at the warehouse, and exactly we're talking about this. All the restaurant owners know exactly, and the managers know what the others are doing, and they exchange this information and learn from each other. So it's just a very small knit family that actually help each other to stay. And this was a good example. How can we all survive together? Because they can only do it together with the landlords, their buildings, and the customers. These customers, some of the customers were coming in and leaving $100 tip after placing an order. They just wanted to survive, and that's what Preferred Insurance and us want to see, and want to see them not only survive but compete against the big chains. The local businesses are part of this area. It's local. It's all local, and I'm so happy to announce, like this week, we talked to San Lorenzo, which is a great restaurant in DC, with Chef Massimo, and he said, I'm going to contribute meals even without anybody contributing to the $12, but we'll do both. So we're getting good chefs and good restaurants to start, and we're going to continue to add to that. So we're very, very excited about what we can do with this and being part of it too.
That is fantastic. What is it that you need? Do you need more participation, or is there something specific that you're looking for to kind of take the program to the next step?
Well, as you know, probably restaurants are a different kind of business, right? Because the manager are working all day long, and Casey knows that. Unless you get them at the right time, they're very busy. So we need more restaurants. And we need the word out for people. Just order one meal of hope every 4 or 5 days or every week, whatever, and tell more of your friends about it. Because it doesn't take much if we have a big network and people not forgetting about the program, because we can continue to help more organizations. Like we're working right now to add animal shelters, because employees need the meals to stay and help the animals in the local Alexandria shelter. So we want to make this an ongoing process rather than a COVID thing. This should be, let's keep the good deed going.
I couldn't agree more. How is it? Say I'm watching this program and I say, sounds like such a great idea. How do I get in? So would somebody go to is it Toast and Taste website, or how would somebody sign up for it as a consumer to donate some meals?
So if you go to Toast and Taste, and it's Toast, then the letter N, taste.com, and there is a button to sign as a restaurant. And as soon as if you're a restaurant, as soon as you sign up, we'll reach to you right away, and we'll make sure you're boarded on the platform within a day. And then we'll help you on the social media. If you're having an issue, give us access. We'll post on your behalf. We want to get you the meals. So we'll work with. Yeah, we're really at this point of time, we're trying to get people to get those meals of hope. If you're a consumer, just call me, email me. The email is there, and the phone number is there. It's Elsheikh at Toast and Taste. The phone number is there. And if you want to help, let us know, and we'll just give you any information that you need to push the concept to friends and family.
Wow, that's great. And I really love your value added service in helping somebody with social media and getting the word out that way, because, that really can spread the word so much more quickly that way.
And we couldn't have done it without Preferred Insurance. Preferred Insurance, that was one of the things they said. You go and help the restaurants, and we'll help you to do that effort. So again, it was a community between us and Preferred Insurance, their team, and now with you guys and with the restaurants and the consumers buying those meals. And the charities are receiving those. There's a sense of happiness when they get those meals. I'm not sure if you know that Alexandria Shelter had COVID cases the last week, and we stopped by there and we delivered the meals down there, and they were really happy to have put a smile on their faces. At least what's going on.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And then, do you have? I see, that you have a list of restaurants and charities, and is there a way that a charity could call up and say, we want to be included on your list of, if a consumer goes on and can pick what charity that they want the meals to go to, or how do you figure out where the need is for where those meals are going to go?
So if you're a charity, you can go on the website and also apply. There's a button for charities to fill a small form and reach to you. And again, we'll add you even within right away, within a day or less. Now, matching the meals with the consumer or with the customer, that's we try to make it simple for the restaurant, because there is an issue with the restaurant having to deliver to 15 different charities.
Yes.
But if restaurants have added their own charities, and if somebody knows of a charity of need of meals, restaurants are so happy to actually reach to those. So if somebody knows of, we worked with Aspire, it was Arts for Kids, and raffle with the warehouse. And they raised $1,500 within a week, and they gave those to kids in art kits and things like that. So it doesn't have to be.
We had Jennifer on our show on ZTV Live when she started to get those. I've known Jennifer for years, and she was. We were talking about all those art kits she was collecting. She's got to be up over 1,000 art kits by now of how many kits she's delivered. So I love that you worked with her. That's fantastic.
No, and that's just how small the community is. I mean, how community is that I met with Casey, and then we ended working together, to how we met with Jennifer, to the warehouse, which I stop and say hi every other day, or to North Side and South. I mean, it's a beautiful community, and the only way to keep it like that is that the collaboration between all of us together, and that's why we want to keep it going and find other reasons and other charities to help. So if you know, or if any consumer know of any charities, let us know. We're always looking for causes to help in different ways too.
Yeah, well, I think that's really fantastic, and I think if anybody is watching this show and you want to get involved, please definitely go visit their website. And Shariff and Casey, I would like you to know that at the Zebra, we are definitely, would love to help you in any way, that we can at the Zebra. We'd love to have, give us follow-ups from time to time. And is there anything else that we need to let people know about, either the restaurants or the charities? And it's just as easy for the restaurants to sign up as it is a consumer or the charity, right?
Yeah, the consumer doesn't sign up, so they can go and check, but they can call us to give us ideas, and eventually we will evolve with that. It's more of the restaurants and the charities signing up and connecting them with each other. We're looking at different new ideas. I talk to different restaurants, and we might start doing kind of like a. I wouldn't call it a competition, but it would be a competition of how many people can raise how many meals, and the chefs were willing to give a free meal to the family of the winner. So we want to actually engage people, or maybe make a sense of gamify the whole process, have it as a game, and have people kind of compete too. And there is a winner. The chefs will provide a winning meal for the whole family of the winner, and then they can also share the pictures of that. So we're trying to make it fun. We'll share that with you as that happens, but we
would love to hear about that, and I love that idea. People love food and eating, so I think that's a great idea. And it's fun to come up with those creative ideas like that, and it's all just for, as you said, it's a community program. It kind of helps everybody wins who's involved with it, no matter what level that you're at.
And you can go to our Facebook. We have a Facebook page, Toast and Taste, and we have a group that we just started. Post anything that you want to ask about, or ideas that you would have. Again, it's like you guys have a great Facebook presence, and as the Zebra, and we want to actually, they can come to our website, give us ideas, give us thoughts, and would be willing to help in any way we can.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, just
no,
from the consumer standpoint too. So we mentioned a few of the participating restaurants to actually donate a meal. I don't know, Shariff. We're not accepting payments on the website. The website is just strictly there for you to. It just lists all the participating restaurants. So you can go on toastandtaste.com and click the link to the restaurant that you want to order from. And on their menu there's an item called Toast and Taste, and that's where you make your donation. So the money goes directly to the restaurant. So they take all the proceeds and then they make the delivery. So for those out there who want to make a donation, use our website Toast and Taste as a guide to find out
as a reference.
As a reference. But you can also go directly to the website if you know who's participating and make the donation there. So
that's great. And Shariff, you had given me a list of the restaurants. I'm just going to read that off. So most of people's favorite restaurants are on here. It's Warehouse Old Town, Southside, Northside, Chadwick's, the Peacock Cafe, Lori's Table, Il Canale, Joselito, Wildwood Pizza, The Wharf, SER. What's SER? I don't know that one.
Sir, it's in Arlington.
Oh, okay, good. Sorry.
It's okay.
American Steakhouse in San Lorenzo. So these restaurants are not only in Old Town, but they are a little bit spread out in the area as well. So hopefully that means that you'll attract a bigger audience of people.
That's the goal, for sure.
That's the goal to have, and as I said, we have San Lorenzo in DC coming up, and we have some other in Loudoun, and so it's been in different places, which has been fun to have these discussions with the restaurants. And as Casey said, we're not a charitable organization. So when you order from the restaurant, the $12 are going to the restaurant directly, and there is no delivery fees. There is nothing. So they keep all the money, and the meals are delivered free to the charities. We even help deliver if they cannot do it themselves. So it's really pure revenue to the restaurant. There are no any money going somewhere or to overhead anywhere.
Right.
So that's kind of our purpose to do that.
That's fantastic. So it's nice and neat. No middleman. Do you need volunteer help or help, driving help, or anybody else to help you with the program?
I thought about that because, when I took my daughter on one of those trips, and she's one of the photos, and she loved it. And she goes to West Potomac, and she was like, this was a great experience for me. And it just, I think if people want to do that would be, they can reach to us. They have their email, and we can tell them when we're delivering, and they can come to the restaurant and help us do it. Again, it's part of the community of getting the young people engaged, the rest engaged, and the charity benefiting, and company sponsor. If companies want to sponsor this, they can reach to us, because as Preferred have done, if we can get more sponsors, we can get more meals. We just want it to be a community effort to help local businesses survive this tough time and flourish in the next few years.
Yeah. It's really a great idea. And a lot of the high schoolers really lost their community service opportunities and a lot of their programs that they had all lined up for the spring because of the pandemic. So it might be a nice outlet for them to contact you. They might be able to help with driving or with making deliveries. So that's a good idea for a teenager with a car,
Yeah, absolutely. And they can help us even sign restaurants. There are a lot of other areas they can help us in this program and be and contribute to the success and getting more meals to charity. So we're open to any ideas and anybody coming to help us. It's kind of an open platform, open community platform for everybody to flourish.
That's great. I just love this idea. I'm so glad that Lucille ran into you, Casey, and Sharif, that you're available to come and talk to us about this today. Did we leave anything out? Was there anything else that you wanted to mention before we sign off?
No, the only thing, I want to thank everybody, and I want to thank Old Town for being the city that it is, because it just people don't understand when you walk those streets, turn on the side streets, see somebody that you know and say hi. The the usual faces. You go to Landini Brothers and see the same people I see at the bar at 6 p.m. Go to South Side when the baseball games are playing. Hopefully they'll play soon. Just let's keep the city as it is. And the only thing that keeps it the city as it is the people, the small businesses, and let's hope it stays as is. Let's do the best to keep it as is.
Yeah, I agree. Old Town really is a special place, I have to say. Alexandria as a whole is a really great city. Casey, did you have anything that you wanted to add?
Well, I think Sharif said it best. I mean, having grown up here, you want to keep these institutions alive. And, I'm asking not just to make a donation to the restaurant or deliver a meal to a charity or somebody that needs it. But think about everybody else that restaurant employs. I grew up playing Little League Baseball with some local restaurant workers, bartenders. So I know that, it goes one donation. I know it's not going to change the world. It's not going to keep a restaurant in business, but it goes a long way. And, if you can just reach in your pocket and make a small donation, those people are going to thank you for it. And I know they will.
Do you guys have any signage? Once people begin to be able to come into the restaurants, would there be signage, in the window, like, hey, mention a toast and taste, or consider, with the participating restaurants, they may want to consider kind of spreading the word that way too. So people, as they're ordering, they'll be like, okay, you can throw a meal on my tab, right?
We actually did some kind of like a banner or like a little poster for them to use. But you're absolutely right. One thing we're looking at is, can we put it on their windows so it becomes kind of a brand,
right,
where they go in and see the toast and taste and know that the toast and taste is part of this restaurant's participating in this.
Mm-hmm.
So we're probably going to be looking at that very soon.
Terrific. It's a great logo. So
yeah, I mean, and hopefully we can toast all these things in the near future. So yes, I mean, we want to do that, and probably do something small that even they can put on their window, because they can be a little bit specific of what they want to put, not huge, but we're probably going to do something like this soon.
Terrific. Well, I hope the program is a wild success and that it takes off. And again, please keep us apprised of new developments or anything that you have going on, and let us know how we can help you, because it's really a great idea. And I just thank you, Sharif and Casey. Thank you so much for your time and for coming on our show to share the Meals of Hope idea. So I hope that anybody watching, hopefully you can sign up, not sign up, but visit your favorite restaurant and that is involved in the program. And if they're not involved, ask them to get involved. and your favorite charities as well. So thanks, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much, Susan.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, well, that's going to do it for tonight's ZTV Live. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, as always, to our esteemed executive producer, David McClure, who does an amazing job with the show. And thank you to Mary Wadlin, our publisher. This wraps up another week. Congratulations again to our area high school graduates today, this week, and next week. TC Williams graduation is next week. We are all thinking about you and really rooting you on in life, and excited for you to take the next step. So we'll help you follow your lead in making the world a better place. As well, here at the ZTV, we like to say, and make sure that you can be the good news in someone's life.